phrasing.
Oh, the phrase. Yeah.
Like, he works here and other places.
Yes. Thanks for not blessed. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Go. Here. Hooray.
Yeah.
Yours was good. Right on the back.
Yours is a little wide of my hip, but I probably would have taken it.
Okay, I think I was flat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
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 You said enough.
Hey.
I don't think it was.
No, it didn't feel like it came around. It felt like it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I think it came around, but I think you, instead of letting the sword turn over the general speed, kind of like a water blade.
Yeah.
So you did turn it over, but you didn't use that momentum to actually connect.
Okay.
You kind of turned it over and then hit.
Okay.
So, but that's unknown. As I stand in front of the camera. Proud of me. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm not going to fight you at the end. Yeah. I learned.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Nice. Very nice.
You touched my hip with that one
No,
shot.
I know, that's why you got me, because I was like, oh crap, that was shitty. I was like, oh shit.
Want to start, Richard?
Yeah.
Or do I get to start?
I just want to say you all look very fighty.
What was that we all were
Snacky.
trying
Very
for?
fighty.
Yeah, awesome. Fighty. Good and bad. What do you feel you did good?
I feel like one of the things I'm working on is opening avenues of attack with footwork, incorporating footwork into defense, incorporating footwork into everything. I'm just bad at it. So I feel like I was a little more conscientious of it, and that I'm not pausing to think about it as much. Like you know, it's I don't do it. I'm not good enough that sometimes I have to think about it still. So working on that. I felt like my guard was okay. I feel like I was supporting a little bit more. Was that?
Your footwork was supporting.
Supporting my guard? Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I felt like my power was a little. I wasn't throwing some of my shots with the emphasis they needed. You know, that onside, that high onside wrap was coming in okay, but it's not where it needs to be yet. So yeah, that's what I think of right away.
Go, Richard. Well, like I said at the end, thanks for not blasting me. Like, I think that's one thing you've really improved in the past year is knowing when to throw your hardest and when to, like, you don't need to.
Yeah,
Right.
I got this.
Right, yeah. Because it makes you, frankly, more fun to fight, right? If there's that level of unpredictability is no longer there.
Yeah.
And one thing to work on, you sure do love hiding under that shield.
Yeah.
And I also, because of that, you're doing a lot of, you know, you've always done this, but a lot of leaning way over, and I wonder if it's throwing you off balance and that's impeding your footwork, like you say.
Certainly, yeah.
Like if
no.
you had a better
Stop leaning is.
stop,
something
yeah,
I've heard
you know,
for a
if you were
long time.
doing more of this rather than this, if if that would make you just more flexible in everything.
I will say from a year ago, your leaning has gotten 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
I mean, I've been working on it, but it's partially a tribute to how confusing your guard is that I'm trying to make stuff
That's
happen.
true.
You know,
It's not you, it's me.
I'm just, yeah, it actually is because you were so good at controlling that central avenue,
Cool.
that central line of attack, that instead of and it's so unusual
Yeah.
that I don't automatically go into the usual mechanisms for stepping around.
Yeah, but I bet, like you said, I think working on your footwork will, be all to the benefit in everything. So,
Yeah.
I like that you're not flipping anymore. You know?
I've been careful. I've been controlling that. Yeah.
But you hit Rotary twice with the backhand, and your blade is flat.
It was.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you kind of leaned over and tried to get it, and you ended up just doing that instead of
All right. Yeah.
like letting it cut in.
Okay.
Yeah, more. Yeah. You're trying to push it in, and it's making it sort of flat. At
Little
least
flat,
that's
okay.
what it looks like.
Yeah. No, it's fair. Absolutely.
So, but I do like that you're not trying to do this anymore.
Yeah, I'm just gonna end it out entirely.
Yeah.
Like unless they're wide open and I can just stick it right in their grill.
Yeah. Yeah, Octa, like that's why I wanted to tell you what to see to get that shot.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
Well, hi.
Hi.
I can tell that you're working on your footwork. There's a few times where it looked to me like you put yourself quite off balance. And there was one point where it's like your shoulders were actually back past your hip. You sort of
Yeah.
drew back, and like that balance, I can see where that's gonna make your footwork harder.
Yeah.
I also know that because I do it, and I know it's harder to have that positive momentum if your balance is back over your heel. So that's the one thing I saw. But the one thing that I thought was really great was just the range of shots you throw. Like there was no, I didn't see this sort of like repeat pattern. I'm gonna like you're not target fixating, and you're,
Told me stop fighting like a lefty.
yeah, because a lot of lefties do, and I've never fought you, so I was kind of expecting the same repeating pattern, and you don't. And so and that I think that's a common criticism of lefties in general, but also that's just a bad practice, and you didn't do that. Like I didn't know what you were going to throw, and watching others, I couldn't necessarily predict what you were going to throw either. So you shot a really nice picture of shots and angles on your shots.
Yeah.
So I thought you did a really good job at dictating B range. I think that's where you wanted to fight, and you did a really good job of keeping us there. I think you don't trust your shield. It looks like you don't trust your shield because you're doing ducking behind it that is not helping. But I guess you guys have been working on that, so
Yeah.
yeah, it just looks to me like you're not stacking.
It was way worse with the heater for whatever reason. You switched the position. It was like 1,000 times better.
Yeah. I think I don't trust this shield because it's a little heavy for me. So I'm
Well, that makes sense.
I'm moving it cumbersomely, and my instinct is to plant it and fight behind it, really blind my opponent and try to work around
That
it.
is kind of what it looks like you're doing.
And so I don't have that close guard instinct that I should be developing. So.
Yeah. You picked up a whole bunch of shots, but I for sure was going to do
Yeah, I thought
this.
super good
Misty had a bunch of shots, and I'm like, "You're dead, buddy," and you just picked it up on the corner.
Good.
And I think if you weren't using footwork, I think you would have gotten it, and then Misty would have hit you because you would have had to do that with your shield so far.
Yeah.
But because your footwork was good, you sort of picked it up and your footwork, and you were able to still fight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I do think there's something going on with your backhand because I think you actually got one in, and there was nothing on it.
See,
Like,
that's why I
just
think
knew
you're
there was
flat.
a touch.
Because when you're flat, your power literally stops at the target.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
stopping,
that's
not
what it
pushing.
is. It stopped. Like I could feel it
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like to me. It looks like you're stopping it in,
Yeah.
as opposed to cutting in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any feedback on it?
Well, he
Or any of
already
us?
knows about the shield stuff. When you have a heavier shield, the ability to center it and move really gets. You basically have this anchor that you have to teeter off of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It pulls me off balance a little bit.
yeah.
I think one of the reasons why that backhand wasn't coming in is I stopped trying to chamber to throw it and started trying to do what we were working with Octa is get that thing. I just don't have it. I don't have
Yeah,
it.
that's fair. Yep.
You know, so it's just not there yet. Like
Yep.
I can't snap into it. So just working on that.
Yep.
In fighting left-handed's cheating.
Yeah. To be fair. You
No,
know,
there are people that don't cheat, like Orange Bjorn
Yeah.
or
I like how he took that to heart. He was like, "Oh, okay, it's cheating. Okay, I'll fight right-handed."
and Matt's a lefty naturally, so
Hayes actually was lefty as well. He fought right.
hey,
it was funny.
I didn't know that.
Athos was like, you know, I almost said, you know, that my crown event's going to be left-handed only, and like someone was like, oh, so you mean everyone fights with their offhand? That's not what I said. I said left-handed only. I was like, I've been like, oh shit, honey, your boy has a chance. He's got a shot now.
You know what's really funny? So my husband Arthur, and he's naturally left-handed, but he got told it was cheating, and he switched to he started fighting right, so he was not good as a right-hander, and now he's like his left-handed fighting. He's like it's crap. He's like it's so stupid. I do absolutely everything else in my life left-handed,
Yeah.
and he can't. He's like his left-handed fighting is garbage now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but morally he feels superior.
But he does. He does say, but I do have the moral high ground. Yes, I do have the moral high ground. Sure, I can hold.
I like to affect people's lives.